Hi, in this video, we're going to learn how to divide a polynomial. So we're going to learn how to divide a cubic by a linear. Now, before we delve into it, let's talk about the key terminology: dividend, divisor, quotient, and remainder. So if I said to you, what's 15 divided by 2? Then you know 15 going to 2 7 times, right? With the remainder of 1 over half. So you can see here 15 is the top number, which we call that's dividend. Okay, so that's called dividend. 2 is the number that being divided by, we call that divisor. So dividend on the top, divisor on the bottom. Now 15 going to 2 is 7 times, so 7 is the result, which is we call that the quotient. Okay. And number one here is a remainder. 15 going to 2 7 times, remainder 1. That's called remainder. All right. And number 2 here, which is the denominator, and we call that the divisor. All right. So we're going to learn how to actually dividing a cubic by a linear. Okay, so we're going to learn two ways. The long way, which is using long division, and there's a quicker way for that too, which we're going to draw a table, and I'm going to show you how to do both methods. All right, now we're going to do an example here, which is I'm going to show you how to use long division first, because that's kind of traditional. All right, so we have x cubed plus x squared minus 14x minus 24. And you're going to divide it by x plus 2, you write here, okay? Just like you normally divide them. What you do, what you do first is you're going to do x cubed divided by x. X cubed divided by x will give you x squared. So you write x squared on the top, okay? Then you multiply backward, x squared times x. So you write x squared times x, which gives you back x cubed. So x squared times x, you write x cubed here. Okay, then you do x squared times 2. So you multiply this as well. X squared times 2 give you 2x squared. So you will have 2x squared here. All right. Then you will subtract them in the middle like that. Then you put the line and then you find the remainder. All right. So you would have x cubed minus x cubed go away. X squared minus 2x squared is negative 1x squared. Minus, and then you drag these down. So minus 14x minus 24. Okay. Then you start the same process again. So this time you do negative x squared divided by x. Negative x squared divided by x, that gives you negative x. You write on the top here. Then you multiply backward. Negative x times x, negative x times x, gives you back negative x squared. So it's always end up the same number here, okay? And then negative x times 2, negative x times 2 is negative 2x. You write it underneath here, all right? Then you put the minus in between them, and then you would subtract them again. Negative, this one go away, negative 14x minus 2x, which is negative 14 plus 2, which is negative 12x minus 24. Then you do the same thing again. Negative 12x divided by x, which gives you negative 12. So you would have negative 12 on the top here. Then you do the same thing, back multiply again. More negative 12 times x is negative 12x, you write here. And then negative 12 times 2 is negative 24. And then you subtract them. So when you subtract them, there's no remainder. Remainder is 0. Okay, so you would have the answer for this is just the quotient x squared minus x minus 12. All right, so this is a long way of doing finding the quotient and remainder. There's a faster way is if you just draw a table out and I'll show you how to do it. All right, so I'm going to draw a table out and I'm going to fill in all the coefficients. Okay, so here, draw it out. Then so you can see the coefficient here, 1, 1, negative 14, negative 24. So you have 1, 1, negative 14, and negative 24. So you list all the coefficient of cubics here. Then because you divide it by x plus 2, then if you let that equal 0, you would turn out x equal negative 2. Okay. Then you bring the 1 down. Whatever that is, you bring it down. So if that number 1, bring number 1. Now, what we do, to find the next number, you do negative 2 times 1, and then plus 1. The negative 2 times 1 plus 1, that gives you negative 1. So you write negative 1 here. Okay. Then you do the same thing. You would do repeat the same step, negative 2 times negative 1. So you do that times that plus negative 14. So negative 2 times negative 1 plus negative 14, that gives you negative 2 times negative 1 is 2, 2 minus 14 is negative 12. Okay, then doing the same thing again, you would do negative 2 times negative 12 plus negative 24. So negative 2 times negative 12 minus 24. Negative 2 times negative 12 is 24 minus 24 is 0. Right? Now I brought this out. Okay, it looks too messy. So you can see I have this number as my answer, and you can see. So what's the answer here? Because this is 1 cube, x cube, as you can see, when you divide it by x, it becomes 1x squared. Okay, so the answer for this, 1x squared. Now, 1x cubed, this is 1x squared. 1x squared divided by x gives you 1x. So you don't even have to, write this down, but I'm just trying to show you that when you divide a cubic, it's become a quadratic, which starts with 1x squared here. So the answer will be 1x squared. You can see 1x squared minus 1x minus 12. And 0 is the remainder. Okay, and the first straight number is the quotient of your answer. Right, we're going to do another example here, and this time we just use a table. So here, what do I have? I have a quartics this time, right? So a quartic is x to the power 4 divided by a linear. So I know that the answer will be a cubic. We start with x straight. Right, now 3, so you write down the 3, the coefficient. You can see they're missing this xq term, so you're going to add 0xq in. The 3, 0, and then the next term is negative 9, then 27, then negative 8. Okay, so if you miss a term, just add 0 in it. And x minus 2, if you let that equal 0, you would get x equal 2. All right, so how do we do this again? So number 3, we bring it down. Then we do 2 times 3 plus 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 0 is 6. Okay, then we wrap up. Then we do the same thing. We do 2 times 6 plus negative 9. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 minus 9 is 3. Then do the same thing. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 27 is 33. Okay. Then doing the same thing again. 2 times 33. 2 times 33 is 66. 66 minus 8 is 58. So 58 is the remainder. So what do we have? How do we write the answer? So the answer will be 3x cubed. You know the answer will be cubic. So 3x cubed plus the next one you bring down one power 6x squared. The next one is 3x and the constant is last 33. Okay, with this called the remainder. So your remainder is 58. All right. And to do on the cast, you just go to menu, algebra fraction, and proper fraction, and then you just put an expression in, and you can see I got exactly the same answer. Okay. Now, what if you need to divide it by 3x cubed divided by 2x plus 1? So you're pretty much doing the same thing. However, if you know when you draw a table, you have 3, 2, negative 1, 3, 2, negative 1, negative 2. 2x plus 1 will be, if you let that equal 0, you get x equal negative a half. Okay? So number 3, you bring it down. Then you do negative a half times 3 plus 2. Negative a half times 3 is negative 3 over 2. And then when you plus 2, that's become 1 over 2. Then pretty much the same thing again. You do negative a half times a half plus negative 1. Negative a half times a half is negative 1/4. Minus 1 is negative 5 over 4. And then same thing again. I have negative a half times negative 5 over 4 is 5 over 8 minus 2. So 5 minus 16 is negative 11 over 8. Okay, because you turn 16 over 8 and 5 minus 16 negative 11. So you can see this negative 11 over 8 is a remainder. And look at your quotient. So your quotient is this 3.5 and negative 5/4. However, you need to be careful that because you divided by 2x plus 1, you're not dividing by x plus a half. They're two different things. Can you see that? So what happened here is, you know the answer will be 3x squared plus a half of x minus 5 over 4. Okay, but this is only if you divide it by x plus a half. Okay, but if you divide it by 2x plus 1, so you actually multiply the 2 here to make it 2x plus 1. So when you multiply the 2 here, then you need to divide everything here by 2. So this is the same as writing 2x plus 1. So I times everything here by 2. This means I have to divide everything here by 2. So I would have 3 over 2x squared. A half divided by 2 is a quarter of x. 5 over 4 divided by 2 is 5 over 8. Like that. So the answer is this will be my quotient. Okay, and the remainder is like the same. So just one thing to be aware that when you divide it by the linear that have a fact, have the coefficient, just make sure that every number here that you got, you just divide it by 2 when you finish. All right, and we talk about the remainder theorem in another video.